Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be reviewing the Redshift Mousetrap SPD flat pedal adapter. While clipless pedals are must-have accessories for any bike, they can be painful and difficult to use with normal street shoes. That's why Redshift has come out with the new Mousetrap Pedal Adapters, which can convert any SPD pedal to a flat pedal within seconds. It's a simple and clever way to temporarily convert your pedal to a standard flat pedal without having to swap pedals out or use heavier hybrid style pedals. Packaging wise, really compact cardboard box. You can see Redshift logo on top, Mousetrap printed on the bottom, and some basic instructions with a QR code underneath it. I'll go ahead and open this up, we'll go over the specs. Retail price for this is $59.99. These are the SPD compatible version, and there's future versions coming out for spd-sl or Lokio. It's constructed from a composite glass-filled nylon material, so really durable and lightweight. And it has a wide rectangular platform that's 80 by 105 millimeters. And the whole thing is only 10 millimeters thick in order to keep the stack height nice and low. It also has a magnetic storage system, so when you're not using it on the bike, they stay together and it's very easy to store or travel with them. As far as what's included, you get the pair, one for each side, and then a little instruction booklet here with the QR code. You also have the quick start on the back side. There's some basic graphics that show how to install it and remove it. Now let's take a look at the weight of the SPD adapters. So on our scale, it comes in at 173 grams for the pair. Visually, the Redshift Mousetrap adapters actually do look more like a mousetrap than a pedal adapter. They have a very similar flat design. Instead of being wood, this is a composite material with the glass-filled nylon construction. It's a similar construction to what you see pedals constructed from. So really lightweight, but quite durable, and you can see very stiff. It's very thin too, so 10 millimeters thick, and you have the beveled corners here for additional compatibility. Then you have this nice textured finish, so you can see this diamond cutouts, and that gives it a nice texture for additional grip. They don't offer any pins or additional accessories like you'd see on a normal flat pedal or mountain bike pedal though. There's little cutouts here, and there's this contrasting color section in the middle, and that's the pivoting point that looks a lot like the spring that you'd see on a mousetrap. So pretty clever overall. The platform on this is super wide, so it's 80 by 105. So a nice big platform that's a lot more comfortable than an SPD cleat, which would really be just the center section, which would give it a pressure point. So this one is more distributed. This is actually offered in 4 different colors currently. They have black and gray, blue and orange, purple, black, and then teal and pink like we have here. So pink is the inner color. Then the main thing is teal. So really attractive, definitely catches your eye. And you have basic branding with Redshift printed on the bottom and then Redshift on the top. So it's a cool design. They've even added a front indicator to make it more obvious because it's not really clear when you first look at it. But once you understand that front is there, it's very simple. You just place it on there. Now with these pedals, they're really just adapter, not meant for off-roading. So if you really want off-roading pedals, you should just get different pedals. But for this, designed for road or commuting where you just want to swap to a flat pedal without having to go to a hybrid pedal or having to swap out your entire pedals. What's really clever about this though, is that unlike most of these adapters on the market, it is not just an SPD cleat attached to a flat base. They've actually designed their own mounting system that takes advantage of the SPD pedal without having to do the rotational unhook, which is a lot harder to do with the pedal and not your foot. So this one's a lot easier to install and remove. You can see the way it's designed is the release mechanism is a spring-loaded piece here. So you can see that spring actually compresses as you push it flat. And that's probably the hardest part about this, is just getting this adapter up the first time. Once you have it up, you can see there's a little hook there. So just like the SPD cleat, it has a little ridge, so you slide it in and under. And then you can see as you move this back down, it'll actually pivot that piece, which will hook underneath the back side of the pedal. So it's not the same as a standard SPD cleat, but they take advantage of the 2 retention pieces of an SPD pedal. So it's very clever, and again, it's very easy to take off and put on. So when you want to put on, you just push it all the way down. This will go right underneath the pedal, that's underneath the pedal, and you get a nice rigid surface and very flat with its design. The other cool thing is it's magnetic. So you can see the magnets built into these sides, and that helps attract them. So you just get it close, and you can see it keeps them together in a really nice way to store or travel with these. You can throw this in your bag or just put it on the shelf and not have to worry about losing one or the other. Now let's take a look at the pedal adapters in action. As you can see, the magnets hold them together really well, so it's a really nice feature that keeps them organized and easy to travel with. The hardest part about installing these is just pulling up the spring the first time. You can see you have a hook on the front, you just slide it in, and then drop that spring down and it locks into place. So very easy to install and remove from the bike. So these pedals really make a lot of sense if you already have an SPD bike and you don't want to swap pedals, which can take a while. So with this, within a few seconds, you can see you can swap your XTR bike like we have here to a flat pedal bike. So if you're doing commuting or just swapping between bikes, it's a very nice option. Obviously it costs a lot compared to normal pedals, but it's a lot more convenient. So you don't want to swap pedals in and out. That takes a bit of time, but with this, it's a nice little adapter. It's very nice traction as well. So big platform, textured surface, and high quality overall. So a really good product if you just want that compatibility or versatility. What we like about the adapters is they have a very clever design. You have a integrated retention system, so you don't have to deal with the SPD cleat themselves or the much tougher spring inside your SPD pedals. They also have a nice integrated magnet, which makes them easy to store, so the two pedals latch onto each other, so very easy to travel or put away. The main negatives with the adapters is the fact they're very expensive. You can get some nice flat pedals for this price. So these adapters don't make sense for every use case. They're better if you have multiple bikes or just want to do a quick swap versus actually swapping out pedals. Also, the adapters can flip upside down due to gravity, so you just have to flip them up with your foot when you first get on the bike. Taking everything into account would give the pedals a 9.5 out of 10. They're very clever and easy to use adapters that convert any SPD pedal to a flat pedal. Thanks for watching this review. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can see more content from us on our website at thesweetcyclist.com, as well as Instagram at thesweetcyclist. This is The Sweet Cyclist reminding you to enjoy the ride.